Hello and welcome to Taper Talks. Here is where we delve into the often misunderstood and challenging journey of tapering off prescribed medications. I'm your host, Jody Ford, author of my Drug Taper Journal books, yoga teacher, and chemical brain injury survivor. In this podcast, I intend to explore, share tips, stories, and resources to inform and to help you calm your nervous system, which can help reduce symptoms. Whether you're supporting someone else, ready to start your own taper journey, or already on the path, the most important thing I can offer you is hope. No one can take this journey for you, but someone who has been down the path can take this journey with you. You are not alone. So let's step onto the path together, one episode at a time. Tapering or discontinuing psychiatric and many other prescribed medications carries significant risks and can be life-threatening if done too quickly. This podcast provides general educational information in reference to this process, and this information does not constitute advice or recommendations for anyone to reduce or taper off their medications. Unless stated otherwise, contributors are non-professionals with personal experience in tapering, and content on the Taper Talks podcast should not be taken as professional medical advice. If you or someone you know is struggling with thoughts of suicide, help is just a call away. The National Suicide Prevention and Crisis Hotlines are available 24/7 to offer compassionate support and resources. Reach out at 0800-689-5652 in the UK, 1-800-273-8255 in the United States, and 1-833-456-4566 in Canada. When talking about drugs, I want to acknowledge that there are hundreds of drugs, maybe even thousands, that have treated many illnesses and diseases and have improved the quality of life for millions of people around the world. Their development and use have advanced medical science and healthcare and saved lives. And I want you, dear listener, to know that I'm not opposed to or fighting against the use of drugs. I advocate for informed consent, particularly for those drugs that carry significant risks of dependency and harm. Many drugs used for pain and mental health purposes have provided considerable relief to those who use them. When weighing the benefits against the risks, many have found that the relief these medications offer is worth the potential risks involved. However, serious problems can arise when informed consent is not given, particularly with drugs that can cause dependency, whether used as prescribed or as an off-label use. If you decide to discontinue a drug due to side effects or other reasons, and your brain has become dependent on it, the tapering process can vary significantly. The ease or difficulty of tapering off a drug depends on factors such as how long you've been taking the medication, your medical history, current health, your stress levels, and previous experiences with drug tapering. Since it is impossible to predict how you will respond to discontinuing a drug, the safest approach is a controlled taper. What is informed consent? Informed consent is a critical aspect of prescribing medications, ensuring that patients are fully aware of the potential benefits and risks before starting a treatment. It involves a transparent and collaborative process between healthcare providers and patients. These are the key components of informed consent. Disclosure. Healthcare providers must provide comprehensive information about the prescribed medication, which includes the purpose of the drug and how it works, potential benefits and expected outcomes, possible side effects and risks, alternatives to the prescribed medication, including non-drug options, instructions on how to take the medication and what to do if a dose is missed, understanding, Patients must be given the opportunity to ask questions and receive clear answers. It's imperative that they fully understand the information provided to make an informed decision. Independence. The patient's decision to take the medication must be made voluntarily, without coercion or pressure from the healthcare provider. Competence. The patient must be mentally capable of making an informed decision about their treatment. This includes understanding the information provided and the consequences of their choices. In conclusion, informed consent is a cornerstone of ethical medical practice. It ensures that patients are well informed and actively involved in their healthcare decisions, which leads to more effective and satisfactory treatment outcomes. I would like to share a resource document from the PubMed National Library of Medicine. The PubMed database, maintained by the National Library of Medicine at the National Institute of Health, is highly trustworthy. It is a free resource that provides access to a vast collection of biomedical and life sciences journal articles. PubMed includes over 35 million citations and abstracts, and it is widely used by healthcare professionals, researchers, and the public for reliable and up-to-date information. This resource document is entitled, "Our Prescription Drugs Kill Us in Large Numbers." This was written by Peter Gotzsche, a Danish physician, medical researcher, and former leader of the Nordic Cochrane Center, pronounced Cochrane Center in Copenhagen, Denmark. Here's what he wrote. Our prescription drugs are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer in the United States and Europe. Around half of those who die have taken their drugs correctly, and the other half die because of errors, such as too high a dose or use of a drug despite contraindications. Our drug agencies are not particularly helpful as they rely on fake fixes, which are a long list of warnings, precautions, and contraindications for each drug, although they know that no doctor can possibly master all of these. Major reasons for the many drug deaths are impotent drug regulation, widespread crime that includes corruption of the scientific evidence about drugs, and bribery of doctors, and lies in drug marketing, which is as harmful as tobacco marketing and therefore should be banned. We should take far fewer drugs, and patients should carefully study the package inserts of the drugs their doctors prescribe for them, along with independent information sources about drugs such as Cochrane reviews, making it easier for them to say no thanks. Note, you can find Cochrane reviews at cochranelibrary.com. As a final point, I have personally known several people who have died as a result of withdrawal complications, or its aftermath. However, I have not been able to find any statistics on deaths due to prescription drug withdrawal. So if you have any information or research about this, please send your info or link to me at tapertalks@gmail.com. Thank you. As I continue on my healing journey, I'm focused on supporting those harmed by prescribed drugs. So I created my Drug Taper Journey, a series of 3 tapering journal support workbooks available on Amazon to aid others on this difficult path. These books include therapeutic activities, valuable resources, personal progress referencing, and symptom pattern detection to manage a protocol and create a record for yourself or your healthcare team. If you would like to find out more information about prescribed harm, withdrawal, tapering, and more, there are some excellent documentaries and television series that cover these subjects, and I will put the links to those in the show notes. Medicating Normal: When Profit-Driven Medicine Meets Human Beings in Distress. Medicatingnormal.com. This documentary is free on YouTube. Toxsick: That's spelled Toxsick. When your health becomes a nightmare. This film is in production and you can get on their mail list for release updates and share your story if you have been harmed by benzodiazepines at Toxic.com. CNN's This Is Life with Lisa Ling, 2019, The Benzo Crisis, available on YouTube or Amazon.com. As Prescribed, Benzo Misprescribing Epidemic. Check the website for streaming options at asprescribedfilm.com. Take Your Pill series on Netflix. This traces the development, marketing, and widespread prescribing of stimulant drugs. View with your subscription. Dopesick is a drama series on Hulu that examines the true story of how Purdue Pharmaceutical triggered the worst opioid epidemic in American history. View with your subscription. The Crime of the Century is an HBO two-part documentary that follows the opioid epidemic in the United States and the political operatives, government regulations, and corporations that enable the abuse of opioids, particularly the Sackler family and Purdue Pharma. Here is another website I want to add to the resource list. Mad in America, Envisioning a New Paradigm of Mental Health Care. madinamerica.com. On our next episode, Natalie Courtney will be joining us. Natalie is a transformative wellness practitioner offering breathwork, meditation, Kundalini yoga, and sound healing through her holistic business, Soul Vibes with Natalie. Natalie aims to support clients in achieving holistic wellness, transforming their lives on emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual levels. Let's take a break for our nervous systems. Breath watching is a great way to calm the nervous system. It is relaxing in the moment, but even better, it changes the relationship between your mind and your body, shifting it from fear and hypervigilance to trust and safety as your brain views your body's sensations through a positive lens, helping to reduce symptoms. This exercise will help you embrace the positive sensation of your breath. I invite you to bring your attention to the physical sensation of the breath as it comes in and goes out of your body. Just noticing your breath, wherever it feels most comfortable and most natural, whether it's your chest, diaphragm, or belly. As the air coming in and out of your nostrils, just welcome this pleasant physical sensation of the breath as it comes in and goes out. Let the attention to your breath be easy without any kind of intensity or critique, without straining or trying hard. All you're doing is simply enjoying this nice physical sensation of the breath with a sense of effortlessness and ease, just paying attention to the sensation of your breath with gentle energy. When you pay attention to your breath in this really positive way, you're actually communicating messages of safety to your brain, and you're teaching your brain to move more automatically as you watch sensations in general through the lens of safety. So as you're present here, gently watching your breath, feeling that nice physical sensation of the breath coming in and going out in this easy, enjoyable way, you're achieving two things. First, you're allowing your nervous system to feel calmer. right now in the moment. And you're also naturally developing the neural pathways to attend to physical sensations through a lens of safety. You're developing a skill, so as you continue to notice this pleasant physical sensation of the breath coming in and going out and settling into it, sinking into it, and connecting to yourself in this way, understand that you could do this practice anytime throughout the day. You don't need anything special to do this breath practice. You could connect to yourself by watching your breath in this gentle way while you're composing an email, or when you're driving to an appointment, or when you're on the phone with a friend, because this simple practice is there for you whenever you wish. You could even watch the physical sensation of the breath communicating messages of safety to your brain, even when you're engaged in stressful activities. For example, you could be on the phone with your credit card company discussing a charge you aren't sure is supposed to be there, which is typically a stressful activity. But then, at the same time, you're aware of and welcoming the nice physical sensation of the breath with an easy and effortless kind of energy. And in doing so, you're communicating messages of safety to your brain. This can be powerful because in the moment, whatever you're doing, your brain and therefore your nervous system is receiving messages of safety. Remember, this isn't just an exercise to pay attention to your breath. It's also a reminder for you that this is something you can do whenever you want, and the more you practice befriending and watching your breath in this easy, effortless kind of way, simply enjoying the physical sensation of doing so, the more automatically your brain will go to this place of safety in the future, and the easier it becomes to drop into. And now take just a couple more breaths, embracing the pleasant physical sensation of the breath coming in and going out, familiarizing yourself with it, and take one more breath and release the exercise for now. If you're hearing this message, you've listened to my new episode all the way to the end, and for that, I thank you. May we be at peace in our hearts. May we be at peace in our homes. May we be at peace with one another. And remember, you are not alone. Not now, not ever. Don't give up.